This is not left just because of the muscle power they have displayed inside the compound. It doesn't become a hegemonic kind of a muscle power outside the compound as well. And the British government will be wise and not otherwise to take strict action and probably issue a démarche to that ambassador to tell him that it's not a correct way to, do business and diplomacy. You can't drag anybody. For all you know, that protest was being done by a British national or anybody else. So you are actually, what you're doing is you're dragging a British official or maybe a citizen into your compound and beating him up or doing whatever with him or her. So I think this is a very wrong precedent. The China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs should be looking at it very, very, seriously. And I'm quite sure it calls for a stringent, kind of a punitive remark against the Chinese action.
Right.
And the Britishers will do well to
In fact,
safeguard
certain reports also suggest, Colonel Dev, how there are growing calls for the Foreign Secretary in Britain to summon the China ambassador for an explanation. And also, Britain does give some diplomatic immunity to consular staff. But this again speaks of the Chinese mentality when it comes to silencing voices that oppose them. And the very fact that they are carrying out such an act on foreign soil, one can only imagine what happens in the insides of their borders.
If you take your mind to 3-4 days back, when on Twitter there was a video of a Pakistani diplomat who was accompanying his minister in, I think, US, and he was hurling all kind of abuses in an airport, right? Now, in an airport, you don't have diplomatic immunity, but here you have as per the Vienna Convention. But while you are signatory to the Vienna Convention and Britain is, you can't take law of that land because actually you have dragged the person from outside. He was not already inside, right? So there is going to be a logic here legally to say that you have picked up a person from outside your premises, and if that is proven, I think it will entail at least that particular staffer or a diplomat to be sent back to China maybe in the next 48 hours. That should happen.
But let's not forget how President Xi Jinping, who's all set to secure a third term, has said that as far as the situation in Hong Kong is concerned, he's turned that from chaos to governance. So they are very clear as far as their intent and agenda towards Hong Kong is concerned. And this is how they've been suppressing pro-democracy protests and voices there as well.
You are right.
And on the contrary, the consulate in its defense saying that the portrayal of the Chinese president at the main entrance is what they're saying is not acceptable, and they're not apologetic in any which way.
No, don't worry about that because the Committee of Nations is very strong on this. See, China can have any dream for Hong Kong and do whatever they want to do and suppress them and do something in Taiwan. For all the international committee cares, it is a bilateral issue in which there will be an intervention diplomatically or geopolitically from other nations depending on their interests. But to carry forward your, premiership's message into a consulate in a different country and that to UK, to be able to drag in a protester from the sovereign soil of the British into your compound because you think that you are safeguarded with the diplomatic immunity because of Vienna Convention, I think that is something which needs a rap on the knuckle. And I'm quite sure it will happen because this will be some point as well, which will be probably pushed if China does not cede to the British demand for the ouster of this particular staffer or diplomat in the next few hours. I'm quite sure this matter will be raised, in various international fora and conventions in the future, and also at the UN. And it will be safeguarded in interest of the country in where you are stationed.
Absolutely, Colonel Rohit Dev, and Downing Street also calling such reports extremely concerning. We'll leave it at that. Thank you for speaking to Republic, and we put out any further development on the story as and when it happens. For the moment, we cut across to more breaking news coming in of a youth who's been caught on camera firing in the air to celebrate the purchase of a new luxury car. No arrests have been made so far, but the video that has been going viral, I am yet to confirm, but this incident happened in Chandigarh, where a youth was caught on camera. He was firing in the air. Why? Because he had bought a new luxury car and he was celebrating the purchase. Yes, there on your screens you see how he bought a Bentley. A supercar shooter is how he's being termed. And he bought a Bentley, and to celebrate the purchase, he started firing in the air. We are yet to confirm whether the gun he possesses is licensed or not. And Amandeep is joining us live on the broadcast. Amandeep, this video has been going viral, and another VVIP brat out there showing off his power. But really, in that sense, Amandeep, has any action been taken against him? Was his gun licensed? And why was he firing in the air?
Well, Swesha, these all questions are still remaining just because police have not taken any kind of action, just because this incident reported in Mohali, and even this guy was celebrating his new purchase of Bentley and opening the gunshots in air in a very public view, and you can see it was very much visible in the video that how he was celebrating his new purchase Bentley in full public, and this location is in Mohali. But so far Mohali police have not initiated any kind of action. Neither they have confirmed either the gun was licensed or not, and even who has given the permission, and even the people who were standing nearby just few meters away from that person who was fired the gunshots in the air. That was quite dangerous, and this kind of trend can claim anybody's life. But so far the administration and police have not taken action, and this is the big question arising on the police as well, just because this video is getting viral, and even on the social media platforms this video is very much visible and recorded in Mohali as well. But the trend is actually very dangerous for the people who are just standing next to him, and even the celebration, the kind of celebration he was doing, that was not acceptable in the society as well. But now we are trying to contact with the Mohali police as well, that either they have lodged any kind of FIR, either they have verified that gun was licensed or not, or either they has there any kind of permission that person has taken before opening the gunshots in the air in a full public view. Yes, Vesha.
Absolutely, Amandeep, and we're waiting for further details on this man, and most importantly, how action would be taken against him. For the moment, thank you for joining us. And we cut across to more breaking news that is just coming in of the war of words between YSRCP and Janasena Chief Pawan Kalyan that is continuing, hitting out at the YSRCP leaders. Pawan Kalyan said that now onwards he will not keep quiet, and that he would attack the YSRCP leader if they make any filthy remarks against him. Meanwhile, TDP Supremo and former Chief Minister N. Chandrababu Naidu met with Janasena Chief Pawan Kalyan at Vijayawada. The TDP chief alleged that the YSR Congress was resorting to unlawful activities using the police against the opposition parties. He condemned the arrest of the Janasena activists in Visakhapatnam. Pawan Kalyan has now responded to YSRCP. Let's listen in to what he said.
Package అనే సన్నాసిన కొడుకులు ఎవరు చెప్పు తీసుకొట్టాను ఒక్కొక్క వైసీపీ నా కొడుకులు చెప్తాను చెప్పు అటు తిప్పి ఇటు తిప్పి
will remove slippers and hit you to each and every YSRCP leader. If you call me package star once again, will take my slippers and hit you. Hit each and every one with slippers. If once again you call me as a package star, then will remove my slippers and break your teeth.
సన్నాసులారా సవటల్లారా సత్తమ్మలారా సహనం ఇంతకాలం సహనం ఎరా వైసీపీ కొండగళ్ళరా మీ దగ్గర క్రిమినల్స్ ఉన్నారా మీ దగ్గర గంభీరులు ఉన్నారా మీ దగ్గర
YCP, do you have gundas or do you have next time if you call me packet star, will hit you around very badly.
Aneri now joining us live on the broadcast. Aneri, well, as far as the political scene is concerned, Pawan Kalyan certainly gaining a lot of prominence with the strong use of words that he has, and they do say in the local political circles that another star is rising as far as competition is concerned. But this war of words that has been ongoing, and how the opposition versus the YSRCP is now reacting, give us the complete picture.
Well, Suesha, we have been seeing that Pawan Kalyan was on a 3-day visit to Visakhapatnam to take part in a public meeting, a mega public meeting which was planned by the Janasena, as Pawan Kalyan is the Janasena party chief. He was there in Visakhapatnam, and also on the same day we had seen that the YSRCP along with the Joint Action Committee members, they had planned a Vishaka Garjana rally in support of the 3 capital, which has been one of the big issues in the state of Andhra Pradesh. But when Janasena chief Pawan Kalyan arrived at the Vizag airport, we saw that how thousands of supporters had gathered there at the Vizag airport, and also at the same time we had seen that there were the Janasena supporters had attacked on the TTD chairman's vehicle, and also on the YSRCP leaders were attacked by the Janasena supporters there at the Vizag airport. And then we saw that how this political war of words have been escalating in the state of Andhra Pradesh, because next day we had seen that the police officials had issued a notice to Pawan Kalyan stating that he cannot hold any sort of rallies or any meetings in Vizag and for the next 3 days, as he was scheduled to be in Vizag for 3 days. And also at the same time we see that there were few Janasena leaders who were also arrested by the police officials there. And later we see that today Janasena chief Pawan Kalyan reached Vijayawada, and also at the same time now we see that how Pawan Kalyan has been warning YSRCP leaders, and he has been seen showing slippers at a party meeting when he was addressing the party workers. Janasena chief Pawan Kalyan, actor turned politician, was seen showing slippers and warning the YSRCP leaders.
And the fight is certainly escalating, Aneri. For the moment, we leave it at that. We'll try and get more political reactions to this. We also have to slip into a very short commercial break as of now. Thank you. And a quick check of what's lined up on the other side. Well, Pakistan Intel Agency confronted on Daud, and while Daud is in Karachi, the Pakistan delegation went completely silent, was stumped at being asked this question. Also in Gujarat, Republic questions Kejriwal's deputy Manish Sisodia on the poaching claim. We'll play out that entire sequence on the other side. Do stay with us.
Sir, you want to say something? Sir, बताइए, कुछ बताइए सर. आपको समन किया जा रहा है. मनीष जी, बताइए सर. एक सवाल. मनीष जी, एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है.
Sanjay Singh, now you see, is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas. Hand on hand, security around Sanjay Singh, made by Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally detained Sanjay Singh.
मनीष सिसोदिया राजघाट पहुंच चुके हैं.
We are right outside Rajghat. Massive cavalcade of all the Aam Aadmi Party supporters is here at Rajghat. The vehicle of Manish Sisodia as we follow the cavalcade to CBI for interrogation.
Sir, you want to say something? सर बताइए, कुछ बताइए सर, आपको समन किया जा रहा है। सर कुछ बताइए सर, एक सवाल मनीष जी एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है।
Sanjay Singh now you see is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas. Hand on hand security around Sanjay Singh made by Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally detained Sanjay Singh. Manish Sisodia Rajghat पहुंच चुके हैं. We are right outside Rajghat. Massive cavalcade of all the Aam Aadmi Party supporters is here at Rajghat. The vehicle of Manish Sisodia as we follow the cavalcade to CBI for interrogation.
Sir, you want to say something? सर बताइए, कुछ बताइए सर, आपको समन किया जा रहा है। सर कुछ बताइए सर, एक सवाल मनीष जी एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है।
Sanjay Singh now you see is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas. Hand on hand security around Sanjay Singh made by Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police.
BSF has shot down another Pakistani drone, this time in the Amritsar area. This is a third drone of the Pakistan that has been shot down by the BSF in Punjab in past 4 days. This is a DJI mattress drone that is being used by the Pakistani side to push in narcotics into the Indian territory, and the BSF at around 7:30 in the evening yesterday saw this Pakistani drone, after which it was fired upon and brought down. The BSF has also recovered some narcotics from this Pakistani drone, and the GPS coordinates of this drone are now being investigated upon. The 3 drones BSF has brought down has the same kind of configuration and is being operated from across the border by the Pakistani handlers who are hell-bent to push in narcotics into the Indian territory so that money generated from it can be used for the terror funding and financing the terror activities of Pakistan. With Sarjeevan Kumar, Gursimran Singh for Republic Media Network.
Time for a short break now. On the other side, it's a big setback to the Tukre gang. Their mascot Omar Khalid stays in jail. His bail plea has been rejected.
It's hybrid by nature, a silent predator. The new breed rises above all others. A new breed of SUVs, the advanced Grand Vitara, rule every road.
Sanjay Singh now you see is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas. Hand on hand security around Sanjay Singh made by Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally detained Sanjay Singh. Manish Sisodia Rajghat पहुंच चुके हैं. We are right outside Rajghat. Massive cavalcade of all the Aam Aadmi Party supporters is here at Rajghat. The vehicle of Manish Sisodia as we follow the cavalcade to CBI for interrogation.
say something? सर बताइए, कुछ तो बताइए सर, आपको समन किया जा रहा है। सर कुछ तो बताइए सर, एक सवाल मनीष जी एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है।
Sanjay Singh now you see is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas. Hand on hand. Security around Sanjay Singh made by Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally detained Sanjay Singh.
मनीष सिसोदिया राजघाट पहुंच चुके हैं। We are right outside Rajghat. Massive cavalcade of all the Aam Aadmi Party supporters is here at Rajghat.
The vehicle of Manish Sisodia as he followed the cavalcade to CBI for interrogation.
Sir, you want to say something? सर बताइए, कुछ तो बताइए सर, आपको समन किया जा रहा है। सर कुछ तो बताइए सर, एक सवाल मनीष जी एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है।
Sanjay Singh now you see is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas. Hand on hand. Security around Sanjay Singh made by Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally detained Sanjay Singh.
मनीष सिसोदिया राजघाट पहुंच चुके हैं। We are right outside Rajghat. Top headlines right now. Pakistan Intel Agency confronted on Dawood in Karachi, but Pakistan delegation silent. 3 days and yet another cowardly attack in Jammu and Kashmir. 2 innocent laborers have been shot dead by Pakistan terrorists. "24 hours after Farooq's more killings prediction, another is killed. Valley says Farooq answer now."
ड्राफ्ट किया था और आपको बोला जा रहा है कि जो कॉर्पोरेट जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं, जो लिकर माफिया है, उनके ऊपर आपने
वो सब झूठ है सारे।
पर सर आप बोल रहे हैं कि ये पॉलिटिकल है, पर आप
In Gujarat, Republic questions Kejriwal's deputy on poaching claim. The language debate is back. Stalin government all set to pass resolution against Hindi imposition. Big setback to Tukure gang as their mascot Omar Khalid now stays in jail. Viewers, we are live in Breaking on Republic TV this Tuesday evening. I'm Shivangi Shukla and we have a lot lined up for you. Now, the Pakistan delegation team is right here in New Delhi, viewers. Pakistan delegation team that is attending the Interpol summit in New Delhi has been confronted on the Dawood whereabouts. So now Pakistan was stumped. I repeat, Pakistan was stumped. They were silent when they were questioned on Dawood. The Pakistan delegation remained silent, viewers. At the 90th Interpol General Assembly taking place in India, Pakistan's visiting delegation was confronted with questions on the UN-designated terrorist. Now, after having heard PM Modi raise the issues of terrorism, the Pakistan delegation was confronted by Republic's team.
जनाब एक सवाल है, क्या नहीं एक छोटा सा मतलब आप सुन लें, उसके बाद आपकी मर्जी होगी देना ना देना। क्या ये प्रोसेस एक्स्ट्राडिशन का बढ़ेगा भारत के साथ? दाऊद इब्राहिम को आप इंडिया को सौंपेंगे? एक्सेलेंसी हाफिज सईद एंड दाऊद इब्राहिम मोस्ट वांटेड है इंडिया में। क्या आप भारत को सौंपेंगे?
सर, आप इंटरपोल के असेंबली में आए हैं, दाऊद इब्राहिम को लेकर कुछ कहना चाहेंगे, कुछ बताना चाहेंगे? दाऊद इब्राहिम को लेकर आपका क्या रिएक्शन क्या है सर?
अपना कोई रिएक्शन सर आप देना चाहेंगे सर?
So the Prime Minister discussed the issue of terrorism.
All right. So they were asked there, viewers, you just heard Republic asking about the whereabouts of the gangster Dawood and also the Lashkar-e-Taiba LET founder Hafiz Saeed, both of whom are well known to be harbored by Pakistan in comfort. And once again, Pakistan team, they're being confronted about the big question about Dawood and his whereabouts, but remaining silent and refusing to answer those questions which have been posed by Republic TV at the 90th Interpol General Assembly, which is taking place here in India, in New Delhi. And Pakistan's visiting delegation was confronted with questions on the UN-designated terrorist there just a short while back, viewers. This is the big story we're tracking right now on Republic TV. And after having heard PM Modi raise the issue of terrorism, of online radicalization and narco-terror before the historic assembly which is taking place here, Pakistan delegation was confronted by Republic's team. I'm being joined by Madhav Das Nalapat, geopolitical expert, on the phone line. Thank you for joining us here on Republic TV. And what do you have to say about this? Because Pakistan continues to remain silent when it's an open secret that Dawood is in Karachi.
Where do you think Ayman al-Zawahiri was? Where was Bin Laden? Where are literally dozens of high-value terror targets of the democracies? They're all safe in Pakistan, all protected by the Pakistan military. I mean, this is not a secret to the rest of the world. The only point is, for narrow geopolitical reasons, Pakistan has been sheltered by China, and till now at least, they've been given support by Turkey, by Malaysia, heaven knows why, frankly. But the fact is, everyone knows that this is a military where the terrorists are an auxiliary corps, a very important auxiliary corps of the military. So I'm glad that India is giving factual evidence. I think it's important that India present factual evidence not only to the FATF, which is done quite well, amazingly well, but also to the public. And but the reality is that eventually geopolitical decisions will weigh rather than facts. And if that happens, if Pakistan gets off the grey list, frankly, I think FATF should be basically regarded in the same light as some kind of a comedy show.
Right.
It cannot be taken seriously.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us here. This is the big story we're tracking for you right now, viewers. Madhav Das Nalapat, geopolitical expert, helping us understand how Pakistan again continues to be stumped and be silent whenever they're questioned on Dawood's whereabouts. All right, on that note, let's take a very short break. We are live and breaking on Republic TV. Coming up next, Pakistan Intel Agency has been confronted on Dawood, and Dawood is in Karachi, but Pakistan delegation once again remains silent. Plus, in Gujarat, Republic questions Kejriwal's deputy on the poaching claim. Stay tuned.
मनीष सिसोदिया राजघाट पहुंच चुके हैं. We are right outside Rajghat. Massive cavalcade of all the Aam Aadmi Party supporters is here at Rajghat. The vehicle of Manish Sisodia as we follow the cavalcade to CBI for interrogation.
Sir, you want to say something? Sir, बताइए, कुछ तो बताइए सर. आपको समन किया जा रहा है। सर बताइए सर, एक सवाल मनीष जी एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है।
Sanjay Singh now you see is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party karyakartas. Hand on hand, security around Sanjay Singh made by Aam Aadmi Party karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally detained Sanjay Singh.
मनीष सिसोदिया राजघाट पहुंच चुके हैं। We are right outside Rajghat. Massive cavalcade of all the Aam Aadmi Party supporters is here at Rajghat.
The vehicle of Manish Sisodia as we follow the cavalcade to CBI for interrogation.
सर यू वांट टू से समथिंग? सर बताइए, कुछ बताइए सर, आपको समन किया जा रहा है। सर बताइए सर, एक सवाल मनीष जी एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है।
Sanjay Singh now you see is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party karyakartas. Hand on hand, security around Sanjay Singh made by Aam Aadmi Party karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally detained Sanjay Singh.
मनीष सिसोदिया राजघाट पहुंच चुके हैं।
We are right outside Rajghat. Massive cavalcade of all the Aam Aadmi Party supporters is here at Rajghat. The vehicle of Manish Sisodia as we follow the cavalcade to CBI for interrogation.
सर यू वांट टू से समथिंग? सर बताइए, कुछ बताइए सर, आपको समन किया जा रहा है। सर बताइए सर, एक सवाल मनीष जी एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है।
Sanjay Singh now you see is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party karyakartas. Hand on hand, security around Sanjay Singh made by Aam Aadmi Party karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally detained Sanjay Singh.
मनीष सिसोदिया राजघाट पहुंच चुके हैं।
We are right outside Rajghat. Massive cavalcade of all the Aam Aadmi Party supporters is here at Rajghat. The vehicle of Manish Sisodia as we follow the cavalcade to CBI for interrogation.
सर यू वांट टू से समथिंग? सर बताइए, कुछ बताइए सर, आपको समन किया जा रहा है। सर बताइए सर, एक सवाल मनीष जी एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है।
Sanjay Singh now you see is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party karyakartas. Hand on hand, security around Sanjay Singh made by Aam Aadmi Party karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally
State investigation agency is carrying out raids at twin locations in the Pulwama. The raids are being conducted in connection with the modus operandi of the various terror groups in carrying out the terror acts, especially the IED-based attack that have been carried out by the terror groups in the Kashmir Valley, especially in the South Kashmir in the recent past. The raids have started at around 7 in the morning and are underway. The sources in the SIA are telling that the sister agencies are also part of the raids, and the Jammu and Kashmir Police Special Investigation Agency is carrying out raids after the inputs were generated that the two persons who reside in the Pulwama district are behind this module of the terror groups to carry out the terror attacks in the area, after which the raids are being conducted. There is a possibility of subsequent raids that are to follow after the investigation being conducted at these two places. Some of the digital evidences and documents too have been seized by the SIA. With Sir Jeevan Kumar, Gursimran Singh for Republic Media Network.
Viewers, much more coming up on the other side. 3 days and yet another cowardly attack in Jammu and Kashmir. 2 innocent laborers shot dead by Pakistan terrorists. Last 24 hours after Farooq's more killings prediction, another is killed. Valley says, Farooq, answer now.
Sanjay Singh now, you see, is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas. Hand on hand, security around, money around Sanjay Singh, made by Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally detained Sanjay Singh.
मनीष सिसोदिया राजघाट पहुंच चुके हैं. We are right outside Rajghat. Massive cavalcade of all the Aam Aadmi Party supporters is here at Rajghat.
The vehicle of Manish Sisodia as we follow the cavalcade to CBI for interrogation.
Sir, you want to say something? Sir, बताइए, कुछ बताइए सर. आपको समन किया जा रहा है. सर, बताइए सर. एक सवाल. मनीष जी, एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है.
Sanjay Singh now, you see, is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas. Hand on hand, security around, money around Sanjay Singh, made by Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally detained Sanjay Singh.
मनीष सिसोदिया राजघाट पहुंच चुके हैं. We are right outside Rajghat. Massive cavalcade of all the Aam Aadmi Party supporters is here at Rajghat.
The vehicle of Manish Sisodia as we follow the cavalcade to CBI for interrogation.
Sir, you want to say something? Sir, बताइए, कुछ बताइए सर. आपको समन किया जा रहा है. सर, बताइए सर. एक सवाल. मनीष जी, एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है.
Sanjay Singh now, you see, is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas. Hand on hand, security around, money around Sanjay Singh, made by Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally detained Sanjay Singh.
मनीष सिसोदिया राजघाट पहुंच चुके हैं.
We are right outside Rajghat. Massive cavalcade
of all the Aam Aadmi Party supporters is here at Rajghat.
The vehicle of Manish Sisodia as we follow the cavalcade to CBI for interrogation.
सर यू वांट टू से समथिंग सर बताइए कुछ तो बताइए सर आपको समन किया जा रहा है सर कुछ तो बताइए सर एक सवाल मनीष जी एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है
Sanjay Singh now you see is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas. Hand on hand security around Sanjay Singh made by Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally detained Sanjay Singh.
मनीष सिसोदिया राजघाट पहुंच चुके हैं. We are right outside Rajghat. Massive cavalcade of all the Aam Aadmi Party supporters is here at Rajghat.
The vehicle of Manish Sisodia as we follow the cavalcade to CBI for interrogation.
सर यू वांट टू से समथिंग सर बताइए कुछ तो बताइए सर आपको समन किया जा रहा है सर कुछ तो बताइए सर एक सवाल मनीष जी एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है
Sanjay Singh now you see is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas. Hand on hand security around Sanjay Singh made by Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing
Viewers, minutes after Republic news break, an FIR has been registered against the VVIP supercar shooter. Big Republic news break, big Republic impact. Remember, youth has been caught on camera firing in the air to celebrate the purchase of a new luxury car. We just broke that story just around 30 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago, and now we can tell you, viewers, it's a Republic impact. An FIR has been registered against the VVIP supercar shooter. The FIR has also been filed right now. Let's go to Amandeep, who will get us all the details. Amandeep.
Absolutely, Shivangi. Now the Mohali police have registered the FIR against Shubham, who is the native of Kharad, and in fact further the police have initiated the investigation that either the weapon which was used opening the gunshots in the air, was it a licensed weapon or not, and in fact if it is a licensed weapon, who is the licensee of this weapon and who allows him to open the fire. And even after getting the information, we have learned that this incident is reported in Kharad itself. There was a private society in Kharad where this gunshots were being opened, and even when we broke the story before that, there was no such FIR registered. But minute after the Republic ran the story, Mohali police have registered the FIR and further initiated the investigation. Viewers, we are slipping into a very short break, but stay tuned for the more stories on the other side of the break. Stay tuned to Republic TV.
सर यू वांट टू से समथिंग सर बताइए कुछ तो बताइए सर आपको समन किया जा रहा है सर कुछ तो बताइए सर एक सवाल मनीष जी एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है
Sanjay Singh now you see is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas. Hand on hand security security around Sanjay Singh made by Aam Aadmi Party karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally detained Sanjay Singh.
मनीष सिसोदिया राजघाट पहुंच चुके हैं. We are right outside Rajghat. Massive cavalcade of all the Aam Aadmi Party supporters is here at Rajghat.
The vehicle of Manish Sisodia as we follow the cavalcade to CBI for interrogation.
Sir, you want to say something? सर बताइए, कुछ बताइए सर. आपको समन किया जा रहा है. सर कुछ बताइए सर. एक सवाल सर. मनीष जी एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है.
Sanjay Singh now you see is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party karyakartas. Hand on hand security around Sanjay Singh made by Aam Aadmi Party karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally detained Sanjay Singh.
मनीष सिसोदिया राजघाट पहुंच चुके हैं. We are right outside Rajghat. Massive cavalcade of all the Aam Aadmi Party supporters is here at Rajghat.
The vehicle of Manish Sisodia as we follow the cavalcade to CBI for interrogation.
Sir, you want to say something? सर बताइए, कुछ बताइए सर. आपको समन किया जा रहा है. सर कुछ बताइए सर. एक सवाल मनीष जी एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है.
Top national updates: an activist of the Popular Front of India was arrested by a team of anti-terrorist squad and local police at Mau in Uttar Pradesh. CBI has moved Delhi's Rouse Avenue court against Bihar's deputy CM and RJD leader Tejasvi Yadav in connection with the IRCTC scam. The CBI has sought the cancellation of Tejasvi's bail in the case that pertains to alleged irregularities in granting operational contracts of 2 IRCTC hotels to a private firm.
Sanjay Singh now you see is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party karyakartas. Hand on hand security around Sanjay Singh made by Aam Aadmi Party karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally detained Sanjay Singh.
मनीष सिसोदिया राजघाट पहुंच चुके हैं. We are right outside Rajghat. Massive cavalcade of all the Aam Aadmi Party supporters is here at Rajghat.
The vehicle of Manish Sisodia as we follow the cavalcade to CBI for interrogation.
Sir, you want to say something? सर बताइए, कुछ बताइए सर. आपको समन किया जा रहा है. सर कुछ बताइए सर. एक सवाल मनीष जी एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है.
Sanjay Singh now you see is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party karyakartas. Hand on hand security security around Sanjay Singh made by Aam Aadmi Party karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally detained Sanjay Singh.
मनीष सिसोदिया राजघाट पहुंच चुके हैं. We are right outside Rajghat. Massive cavalcade of all the Aam Aadmi Party supporters is here at Rajghat.
The vehicle of Manish Sisodia as we follow the cavalcade to CBI for interrogation.
सर, you want to say something? सर बताइए, कुछ बताइए सर. आपको समन किया जा रहा है. सर कुछ बताइए सर. एक सवाल मनीष जी एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है.
Sanjay Singh now you see is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party karyakartas. Hand on hand security around Sanjay Singh made by Aam Aadmi Party karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally.
दादा आपका रिएक्शन बात है. One reaction. Do you feel that you've been sidelined? दादा भाई.
यार फिर तुम ये प्रश्न.
Pakistan Intel Agency confronted on Daud in Karachi, but Pak delegation silent. 3 days and yet another cowardly attack in Jammu and Kashmir to innocent labourers shot down by Pak terrorists. 24 hours after Farooq's more killings prediction, another is killed in the valley. The valley says Farooq answer now.
आप डेप्यूटी चीफ मिनिस्टर है सर, आपने ड्राफ्ट किया था और आपको बोला जा रहा है कि जो कॉर्पोरेट जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं, जो लिकर माफिया है, उनके ऊपर आपने
वो सब झूठ है.
पर सर आप बोल रहे हैं कि ये पॉलिटिकल है.
In Gujarat, Republic questions Kejriwal's deputy on poaching claim. The language debate is back. Stalin government all set to pass resolution against Hindi imposition. It is a big setback to the Tukre gang as their mascot Omar Khalid stays in jail. Good evening, you're watching the news at 5 p.m. I'm Suesha Samant and getting you the latest from Jammu and Kashmir. 24 hours after Farooq Abdullah's statement of more killings will continue. Prediction. Now, Lashkar offshoot has warned of more targeted killings in the valley. 3 killings in the last 3 days, and that very provocative statement by Farooq Abdullah where he said that targeted killings in the valley will continue. A lot of anger that is mounting against him, and a Lashkar offshoot issuing threat, warning that there will be more targeted killings in the valley. We'll try and play out more reactions in connection to that, and also what Farooq Abdullah had said. Remember, there are growing protests in the valley by Kashmiri Pandits who are asking for their safety. And even as anger is mounting against Farooq Abdullah over the statement that he had made, Lashkar offshoot now warning of more targeted killings in the valley. Gursimran and Zeenat live with us on the broadcast. Gursimran, if I can come to you first. The valley is asking, Farooq Abdullah must answer now, and it is really like all of them being a similar voice coming from the same mindset, saying that targeted killings in the valley will continue. And this is the former Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister that we are talking about. Now, Lashkar offshoot also warning that these targeted killings in the valley will continue at a time when Kashmiri Pandits are crying for safety. What is coming in from these terror groups?
A threat letter has been issued by the Resistance Front, which is an offshoot of Lashkar-e-Toiba working in the Kashmir Valley, and they have warned of more such attacks. They said that these attacks that have taken place against the labourers, they have termed these labourers as the illegal settlers, and have said that these attacks that were carried out yesterday evening, they were part of a conspiracy. They themselves have admitted that this is part of a larger plot that was hatched by the Resistance Front on the directions of Lashkar-e-Toiba, and more such attacks will be seen in the coming days. So a warning letter has already been issued by the Lashkar-e-Toiba's offshoot TRF in the Kashmir Valley. This is a big challenge, no doubt, for the security forces, because last year in the month of October, we have seen a spate of serial targeting killings starting in the Kashmir Valley, and this year in the October it seems to have started once again, first with the killing of PK Bhatt, a Kashmiri Pandit who was living in the Kashmir Valley, chose not to leave valley even during the exodus of the Kashmiri Pandits. He was shot dead at his residence. Then followed by it is another incident that happened yesterday evening when two non-local labourers were shot dead by the terrorists in the Shopian district. So this is a serious challenge for the security forces, the way terrorists are targeting the civilians in the Kashmir Valley, especially in the South Kashmir, and now this threat letter that has come from the TRF. Security agencies are working round the clock so as to find who is behind these targeted killings. 2 arrests have been made in today's case also, but what it seems that the terror groups, they have classified and distributed the task among many of the hybrid terrorists that are carrying out these kind of killings in the Kashmir Valley. Soesha.
Also wanting to bring in Zeenat, because Zeenat, we are seeing growing protests by Kashmiri Pandits who are urging the centre to provide them safety. They're fearing for their lives, and obviously so with the kind of killings that are happening at a time like this. Politicians like Farooq Abdullah will continue to provoke and instigate, and speaking the same line as terrorists, and really fodder that he is providing, because we see a result of it, of yesterday Farooq Abdullah making that statement. Now this letter that has been issued by a Lashkar offshoot saying that such targeted killings will continue.
See, as far as the letter that is being issued by the TRF, which is an offshoot of Lashkar-e-Toiba, they're clearly stating that there will be more such attacks because the government is planning to settle these illegal people in the Jammu and Kashmir, and which these TRF or any other organization which not allow, and whenever the government will plan to settle these people here, such people will be again carrying a strike against the people. Although this is the 20th killing in the last 1 year, it has reached to the toll of 20th as far as the target killings in the Kashmir Valley, which is there for the last over 1 week. We are seeing the security forces trying to say that they have been able to crack the cases, they have neutralized the terrorists, they have arrested many of the hybrid terrorists. But as far as the killing of the Poon Krishan Bhatt in Chaudhry Bagh area of Shopian is concerned, although LET have been identified as per ADGP Kashmir, it has been claimed by the Al Badr. And today, as far as these killings of the two non-local laborers in Herman Shopian is concerned, the LET is behind the attack, and the LET's hybrid terrorist was also arrested within the span of 3 hours after the killing was reported from the Herman Shopian. But this tells you that how they operate, this module of the terror outfit is working, that how they are able to do the recce of a person and then they reach to the particular spot and they are able to carry the attacks against such vulnerable people or the soft targets. So government has to come up with some kind of strategy, although it is difficult for the people or the security forces to maintain the security of each and everybody, because in Kashmir we have the non-locals, the laborer force in lakhs, so it is not possible to secure each and every life. But security measures needs to be pulled and needs to be enhanced, so that at least the movement of the hybrid terrorists is somewhere stopped, so that such attacks are not carried in the vulnerable manner.
Absolutely. Certainly not an easy task for the forces, but providing safety to the Kashmiri Pandits also extremely important at this point. Zeenat and Gursimran, thank you for joining us. We move on. And well, 23-year-old Jyoti Yaraji, who has set a new national record for 100 meters at an event in Karnataka, with the athlete clocking 12.82 seconds on the clock in the feat that she achieved. Take a look.
Sapna Kumari of Jharkhand at lane number 5. That was the start of the final of 100-meter hurdles for women.
Jyoti Yaraji created history by becoming the first Indian woman to clock a legal sub-13 second time in 100-meter hurdles. Jyoti Yaraji smashed her own record at the National Open Athletics Championships in Karnataka. The 23-year-old Yaraji cruised to victory in 12.82 seconds. With the wind gauge reading 0.9 meters per second, she could not be denied her national record timing a second time. She had won the same event in the National Games in Gandhinagar in a time of 12.79 seconds.
Of Jharkhand at lane number 5. That was the start of the final of 100-meter hurdles for women.
Jyoti Yaraji is the second fastest Asian in the event this year and earned a place just outside the continent's all-time top 10 list. It was the third time this year that she rewrote the national record. She broke Anuradha Biswal's national mark of 13.38 set in 2002 with 13.11 in Loughborough University on May 22. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
The start of the final of 100-meter hurdles for women.
And moving on, Pakistan delegation that attended the Interpol summit in New Delhi this morning has been confronted on Dawood's whereabouts. An absolutely stumped Pak delegation that is silent on Dawood Ibrahim, who is in Karachi. Let's take a look at the sequence.
जनाब एक सवाल है क्या नहीं एक छोटा सा मतलब आप सुन लें उसके बाद आपकी मर्जी होगी देना ना देना क्या ये प्रोसेस एक्स्ट्राडिशन का बढ़ेगा भारत के साथ दाऊद इब्राहिम को आप इंडिया को सौंपेंगे एक्सेलेंसी हाफिज सईद एंड दाऊद इब्राहिम मोस्ट वांटेड है इंडिया में क्या आप भारत को सौंपेंगे
सर आप इंटरपोल के असेंबली में आए हैं दाऊद इब्राहिम को लेकर कुछ कहना चाहेंगे कुछ बताना चाहेंगे दाऊद इब्राहिम को लेकर आपका क्या रिएक्शन क्या है सर
अपना कोई रिएक्शन सर आप देना चाहेंगे सर
द प्राइम मिनिस्टर डिस्कस द इशू ऑफ टेररिज्म
So you saw how the Pak delegation was questioned at the Interpol summit in New Delhi. But they were absolutely taken aback. No answers, obviously, that the Pak delegation wanted to give on Dawood Ibrahim, who is in Karachi. And at a time when this delegation is most answerable at the Interpol summit on strengthening the laws and putting those accountable to face the law, this is the Pak delegation that was confronted on Indian soil on the, Dawood Ibrahim. But they were absolutely stumped and gave no answer. Former Jammu Kashmir DGP SP Vaid now with us on the phone line. Sir, you saw that entire sequence and obviously the delegation may not have expected to be confronted so strongly on Dawood Ibrahim. And at an event like this, which is particularly talking about how the Interpol agencies must come together to really bring those to task and face the law, Pakistan themselves shielding the likes of Dawood Ibrahim.
See, what do you expect from a country which is based on lies? And Pakistan's deep state, what is popularly known in Pakistan as establishment, it has all through based all its actions on lies. The country which teaches its people that they have won 71 war and 65 war and all those wars fought with India. The country which had more than 90,000 people surrender to India, but they have different story to tell it to its people. So it is based on lies. And I think such a country should have no locus standi to be member of the Interpol. In fact, this is a question for the whole community of Interpol. that a fact known to whole world, not only India, the Dawood Ibrahim, Hafiz Syed, wanted in Mumbai attack. They are living in Pakistan. The whole world knows. Why India? Today's technology, what is hidden? And in spite of that, Pakistan denies it. I think it is a challenge to the existence of Interpol.
Absolutely. Dr. S.P. Ved, thank you for speaking to Republic. Former UP DGP Vikram Singh also with us on the phone line. Mr. Singh, as far as Pakistan's intent of shielding terrorists and gangsters is concerned, that is amply clear to the entire world. And so embarrassed do they stand today at a global event like this, where doublespeak also will not work in their favor, because the country's intention is amply clear. So on a diplomatic level, in front of the world, they may be a part of these events where they are posing like they would not shield such masterminds, but fact is that they are doing it. All right, not too sure if Vikram Singh is still connected with us, but you saw that entire sequence and how the Pakistan delegation was completely stumped on being confronted on Dawood Ibrahim. Remember, this is particularly important because this was at the Interpol summit, where you saw delegations from across the globe come together in New Delhi, talking about how laws need to be strengthened and fugitives need to be sent back to their country to face the law. I believe Vikram Singh is back with us on the phone line. Thank you for speaking to Republic. Exactly what I was asking you, that Pakistan stands thoroughly embarrassed. Their intention of shielding terrorists and gangsters is amply clear, and now the entire globe is privy to it. But still, this kind of doublespeak is also not possible for them when they even try to save face at an event like this, because the country has been openly shielding a Dawood Ibrahim and a terrorist that are wanted. And how much do they cover themselves, because they can't?
This you're asking me, I'm SP Vad. Yeah, this question is.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. SP Ved. I was told Mr. Vikram Singh is connected with us. Yes, please continue talking to us. All right, we may have lost that line, but this particular event, that was the Interpol summit in the national capital, where you saw top delegates from across the globe come together, and senior officials of the police forces speaking about the cooperation that they need to lend to each other when it comes to holding such fugitives to the task and sharing intel inputs with each other. So this was an embarrassed Pakistan delegation, completely stumped when they were confronted on Dawood Ibrahim, who is hiding in Karachi. We will get into the story and dive deeper at 8 p.m. It is on the burning question, when we'll get you all the prominent voices on this story to talk about Pakistan and the embarrassment they had to face in New Delhi at the Interpol summit today when confronted on Dawood Ibrahim, who they are openly protecting in Karachi.
Pak hides Dawood but sits at Interpol event. Shields Hafiz and Dawood, preaches on Indian soil. Watch The Burning Question tonight at 8 p.m.
मनीष सिसोदिया राजघाट पहुंच चुके हैं. We are right outside Rajghat. Massive cavalcade of all the Aam Aadmi Party supporters is here at Rajghat. The
The vehicle of Manish Sisodia as we follow the cavalcade to CBI for interrogation.
सर यू वांट टू से समथिंग? सर बताइए, कुछ तो बताइए सर। आपको समन किया जा रहा है। सर कुछ तो बताइए सर। एक सवाल मनीष जी, एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है।
Sanjay Singh now you see is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas. Hand on hand, security around Sanjay Singh made by Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally detained Sanjay Singh.
मनीष सिसोदिया राजघाट पहुंच चुके हैं। We are right outside Rajghat. Massive cavalcade of all the Aam Aadmi Party supporters is here at Rajghat.
The vehicle of Manish Sisodia as we follow the cavalcade to CBI for interrogation.
सर यू वांट टू से समथिंग? सर बताइए, कुछ तो बताइए सर। आपको समन किया जा रहा है। सर कुछ तो बताइए सर। एक सवाल मनीष जी, एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है।
Sanjay Singh now you see is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas. Hand on hand, security around Sanjay Singh made by Aam Aadmi.
Thank you for staying with Republic. And the other story that is making headlines today, Spain embassy that had denied visas to freestyle female wrestlers from India for the U23 World Championships that started in Pontevedra. 30 wrestlers who had applied for the visa, only 9 of them were granted visa. The championship started on the 17th of October and is to continue till the 23rd of October. Joining me on the broadcast is coach Ajay Dhanda, who will explain to us what exactly happened. Ajay Dhanda, thank you for speaking to Republic. Firstly, talk to our viewers about how all the wrestlers had applied for their visas, on what grounds was it rejected, and the entire process that you went through. अजय ढांडा जी, आपको अगर मेरी आवाज आ रही है, आपसे जानना चाहेंगे हुआ क्या था इस पूरे मामले में, क्यों इन रेसलर्स का वीजा रिजेक्ट किया गया? 30 रेसलर्स ने अप्लाई किया था, सिर्फ 9 को वीजा मिला, और क्या था पूरा प्रोसेस वीजा अप्लाई करने का आपकी तरफ से?
ये जो है मैडम जी, वीजा की प्रक्रिया जो होती है, ये भारतीय कुश्ती संघ इसकी प्रक्रिया को आगे बढ़ाते हैं और साई का इसमें तालमेल होता है। तो ऐसी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होती थी, क्योंकि लगातार जो है ना हर साल 4-4, 5-5 टीमें जाती है अलग अलग कंट्रियों में। ये अमेरिका भी जाते हैं, कनाडा भी जाते हैं, अब इंग्लैंड में कॉमनवेल्थ गेम्स हुए थे। लेकिन पता नहीं क्यों स्पेन वालों की क्या समस्या होगी कि भाई उसमें जो है ना उनको ये डाउट हो भाई इसमें ना कुछ प्लेयर जो है ना वहां पर वो जितना वीजा अवधि देंगे उस तक वो वहां रुकेंगे, और उनको क्या समस्या उस चीज में। अब मेरे को तो नहीं लगता कि कोई भी खिलाड़ी जो जाता है वो सिर्फ देश को रिप्रेजेंट करने के लिए जाता है, और अपना गेम खेलने के बाद में वापसी के लिए बहुत ज्यादा उत्साहित होता है। मैं जल्दी से जाकर के अपने देश में ही जाऊं। लगभग जो है ना रेसलिंग के अंदर तो मेडल आते हैं लगातार जो है ना 5-7 साल से, और उनका तो ये होता है भी हम जाएं अपने देश में मेडल लेकर के, और वहां पर हमारा जो है ना मान सम्मान और स्वागत बहुत अच्छे ढंग से होता है। तो ऐसा तो कोई नहीं है कि भाई कोई स्पेन में जाके रहने की किसी की मंशा हो। लगातार जो है ना इंडिया कुश्ती जो है ना बहुत पूरी दुनिया में अप करने लग रही है। अभी कॉमनवेल्थ गेम्स में देखो आप, सभी के सभी मेडल थे और लगभग उसमें हरियाणा के खिलाड़ी थे। तो इसमें भी ज्यादातर जो है ना हरियाणा प्रदेश के खिलाड़ी हैं, और पता नहीं क्या उनको इस तरह की दिक्कत आई जो एक बड़ी दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है।
लेकिन अजय जी, रेसलिंग फेडरेशन ने ये भी कहा है कि ऐसा कभी नहीं हुआ पहले, और यहाँ पर तो इंडियन गवर्नमेंट का क्लियरेंस भी दिखाया गया था, जो इनवाइट आया है वर्ल्ड गवर्निंग बॉडी से हमारे रेसलर्स के लिए, वो भी दिखाया गया था। तो पेपर वर्क पूरा टाइट था, उसके बावजूद वीजा डिनाई किया गया। आपको क्या कारण लगते हैं इसके?
बस जी, हमें तो कारण समझ में नहीं आ रहा, क्योंकि इस तरह का पहले कभी नहीं हुआ, और ये जो पहली बार इस तरह से हुआ है, क्योंकि अब जो ये बच्चे जो है ना जूनियर से अंडर 23 की एज कैटेगरी में आए हैं, उन्हें बहुत उत्साह था। क्योंकि मुझे तो बहुत बड़ा दुख है, क्योंकि 10 वजन फ्री स्टाइल के थे, उसमें से 3 वजन मेरी शहीद भगत सिंह इंटरनेशनल अकेडमी मिर्जपुर हरियाणा के अंदर, जो उसमें से ये मेरे पीछे खड़े हैं तीनों के तीनों पहलवान। और मैं तो समझ रहा था कि तीनों के तीनों पहलवान जो है ना मेडल के बराबर दावेदार थे अपने वेट कैटेगरी में, और इनको आज रात को ही निकलना था, तो हम तो तैयारी करने लग रहे थे। तो फिर अचानक से फोन आया कि भाई ये इन बच्चों के लिए अभी वो नहीं है, इनका वीजा नहीं दिया गया, और उन्होंने कैंसिल करके ही इनको फेडरेशन वालों को दे दिया है। तो मैं तो आप लोगों के चैनल के माध्यम से जो है ना हरियाणा सरकार के खेल मंत्री संदीप सिंह मनोहर लाल खट्टर जी और प्रधानमंत्री जी और जो अपने विदेश मंत्री हैं, उनसे रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहता हूँ, ये बच्चों के भविष्य का काम है। क्योंकि इन बच्चों ने ये तो मेरे सामने मेरे पास करते हैं पहलवानी, इसलिए मुझे पता है कि जिला स्तर से खेल शुरू होता है, स्टेट में, नेशनल में, और उसके बाद जो है ये वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप के लिए ट्रायल हुई थी दिल्ली के पास भालगढ़ सोनीपत में, और वहां पर इनका सिलेक्शन हुआ था। और 5-5, 6-6 बार वजन घटाना पड़ता बच्चों ने। अब भी जो है ना 5-6 किलो वजन घटा रखा था, उसके लिए तैयारी कर रखी थी। तो बड़ा स्टिक मामला होता है इस खेल में, और उसके बावजूद इन बच्चों को वीजा ना मिलना, ये तो एक बिल्कुल बड़ी गलत बात है। और इस तरह से जो अगर खिलाड़ियों के साथ होगा तो मान लिया आगे आने वाले टाइम में तो खेल को नुकसान होगा, अच्छी बात नहीं है। क्योंकि पहले ये तो एक गलत चीज कुश्ती के लिए ये आ गई कि भाई अगले कॉमनवेल्थ गेम्स के लिए कुश्ती को हटा दिया गया जो ऑस्ट्रेलिया में होनी है। और अब जो है ना स्पेन ने अंडर 23 का सीनियर का वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप जो हो रही है, चल रही है, उसमें ग्रीको रोमन की कुश्तियां भी होली लड़कियों की चली हुई हैं। और ये 20 तारीख से फ्री स्टाइल के लड़कों की पहलवानों की होनी थी। तो उनको जो है ना इस तरह से रोकना, ये बड़ा देश के लिए शर्मसार विषय है जी। इसमें प्रधानमंत्री जी ने बहुत जल्दी से इस पर इनका फैसला लेना पड़ेगा, और इनका वीजा जो है ना आज और तो नहीं लगा, कल भी लग जाए तो भी ये अपने वेट कैटेगरी में आराम से लड़ सकते हैं। तो आप लोग थोड़ा सा इसमें हमारी सबकी मदद कीजिए।
पर सही कहा आपने अजय ढांडा जी, बहुत मेहनत जाती है हमारे रेसलर्स की महीनों और सालों से ऐसे इवेंट्स के लिए प्रिपेयर करने के लिए, और बहुत गुस्सा उमड़ रहा है ना सिर्फ फ्रेटर्निटी में बल्कि पूरे देश के यूथ में, जो कि ऐसे इवेंट्स के लिए इतने टाइम से प्रिपेयर करते हैं कि ये बहुत ह्यूमिलिएटिंग है। हम आपके साथ बने रहेंगे आपसे जानने के लिए कि आगे इस मामले में कैसे क्या वीज़ा ग्रांट किया जाता है। अभी आपका धन्यवाद करना चाहूंगी।
अगर ये वीजा से अगर नहीं देते तो इनके लिए है ना, मैं अपनी तरफ से और खिलाड़ियों की तरफ से ये कहना चाहता हूँ, फिर जो है ना वर्ल्ड लेवल की जो फेडरेशन है जो करता है, ये तो बहुत बड़ी गलत बात है जी। इस तरह से तो फिर आगे आने वाले टाइम में जो युवा खिलाड़ी उनके ऊपर बहुत नेगेटिव असर आएगा, और सभी के सभी जो है ना इस तरह से पूरे देश के खिलाड़ियों के साथ ये बड़ा गलत व्यवहार हुआ है जी, अच्छा नहीं हुआ। तो आप प्लीज इन जल्दी अपने आप अपने लेवल पर कुछ नहीं कर सकते, आपके चैनल के माध्यम से बहुत फास्ट हो सकता है, ताकि आप ये प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नोटिस में ये चीजें ले आए, और ये जल्दी से जल्दी जो है ना कल भी अगर वो वीजा के लिए वो हो सके तो वो कर सकते हैं जी। क्योंकि सब बच्चों के ऊपर जो है ना इनकी पुलिस वेरिफिकेशन होकर के पासपोर्ट बनते हैं, हर चीज पे वेरिफिकेशन होती है।
Right.
और उसके बावजूद जो
they're putting out the entire story of the struggle that the wrestlers have had to go through and their visas that stand rejected. The Wrestling Federation of India also saying that despite all the documents being provided, on what grounds were the visas rejected? Ajay Dhanda, I want to thank you for speaking to Republic this evening, and we do put out your story there so the top leadership takes notice of it. For the moment, we have to slip into a very short commercial break, but also a quick reminder for our viewers. At 7 p.m. this evening is the biggest story tonight of a big setback to the Tukre gang after Omar Khalid has been denied bail, and clear words in the order, scathing observations made of his role in the Delhi riots case. That will be the biggest story at 7 p.m. Don't miss it. For the moment, a short commercial break.
Tukre lobby gets a big jolt from court. Terror accused Omar Khalid will stay in jail. Watch the biggest story tonight at 7 p.m.
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
सर, यू वांट टू से समथिंग? सर बताइए, कुछ तो बताइए सर। आपको समन किया जा रहा है। सर कुछ तो बताइए सर। एक सवाल मनीष जी, एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है।
Sanjay Singh, now you see, is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas, hand on hand, security around Sanjay Singh, made by Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally detained Sanjay Singh.
मनीष सिसोदिया राजघाट पहुंच चुके हैं। We are right outside Rajghat. Massive cavalcade of all the Aam Aadmi Party supporters is here at Rajghat.
The vehicle of Manish Sisodia as we follow the cavalcade to CBI for interrogation.
सर, यू वांट टू से समथिंग? सर बताइए, कुछ तो बताइए सर। आपको समन किया जा रहा है। सर कुछ तो बताइए सर। एक सवाल मनीष जी, एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है।
Sanjay Singh, now you see, is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas, hand on hand, security around Sanjay Singh, made by Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally detained Sanjay Singh.
मनीष सिसोदिया राजघाट पहुंच चुके हैं। We are right outside Rajghat. Massive cavalcade of all the Aam Aadmi Party supporters is here at Rajghat.
The vehicle of Manish Sisodia as we follow the cavalcade.
पानी के बड़े बड़े जहाज दुनिया भर में बेचे जाते थे। विरासत के प्रति इस उदासीनता ने देश का बहुत नुकसान किया। ये स्थिति बदलनी जरूरी है। इसलिए हमने तय किया कि धौलावीरा और लोथल को, भारत के गौरव के इन सेंटर्स को हम उसी रूप में लौटाएंगे जिसके लिए कभी ये मशहूर थे। और आज हम उस मिशन पर तेजी से काम होते देख रहे हैं। साथियों, आज जब मैं लोथल की चर्चा कर रहा हूं तो मुझे हजारों साल से चली आ रही परंपराओं का भी ध्यान आ रहा है। आज गुजरात के कई इलाकों में सिकोतर माता की पूजा की जाती है। उन्हें समुद्र की देवी मानकर पूजा जाता है। हजारों वर्ष पूर्व के लोथल पर रिसर्च करने वाले जानकारों का मानना है कि उस समय भी सिकोतर माता को किसी न किसी रूप में पूजा जाता था। कहते हैं समुद्र में आने से पहले सिकोतर देवी की पूजा की जाती थी ताकि वो यात्रा में उनकी रक्षा करें। इतिहासकारों के मुताबिक सिकोतर माता का संबंध सोकोत्रा द्वीप से है जो आज अदन की खाड़ी में है। इससे पता चलता है कि आज से हजारों साल पहले भी खंभात की खाड़ी से दूर दूर तक समुद्री व्यापार के रास्ते खुले हुए थे। साथियों, हाल ही में बड़नगर के पास भी खुदाई के दौरान सिकोतर माता के मंदिर का पता चला है। कुछ ऐसे साक्ष्य भी मिले हैं जिनसे प्राचीन काल में यहां से समुद्री व्यापार होने की जानकारी मिलती है। इसी तरह सुरेंद्रनगर के जिंजुवाड़ा गांव में लाइट हाउस होने के साक्ष्य मिले हैं। आप भी जानते हैं कि लाइट हाउस जहाजों को रात में रास्ता दिखाने के लिए बनाए जाते थे और देश के लोग ये सुनकर आश्चर्य से भर जाएंगे कि जिंजुवाड़ा गांव से समुद्र करीब करीब 100 किलोमीटर दूर है, लेकिन इस गांव में ऐसे अनेक साक्ष्य हैं जो बताते हैं कि सदियों पहले इस गांव में बहुत व्यस्त पोर्ट हुआ करता था। इससे इस पूरे क्षेत्र में प्राचीन काल से ही समुद्री व्यापार के समृद्ध होने की जानकारी मिलती है। साथियों, लोथल सिर्फ सिंधु घाटी मान्यता का एक बड़ा व्यापारिक केंद्र ही नहीं था, बल्कि ये भारत के सामुद्रिक सामर्थ्य और समृद्धि का भी प्रतीक था। हजारों साल पहले लोथल को जिस तरीके से एक पोर्ट सिटी के रूप में विकसित किया गया था, वो आज भी बड़े बड़े जानकारों को हैरान कर देता है। लोथल की खुदाई में मिले शहर, बाजार और बंदरगाह के अवशेष उस दौर में हुई अर्बन प्लानिंग और आर्किटेक्चर के अद्भुत दर्शन कराते हैं। प्राकृतिक चुनौतियों से निपटने के लिए जिस प्रकार की व्यवस्था यहां थी, उसमें आज की प्लानिंग के लिए भी बहुत कुछ सीखने को है। साथियों, एक तरह से इस क्षेत्र को देवी लक्ष्मी और देवी सरस्वती दोनों का आशीर्वाद प्राप्त था।
Sanjay Singh, now you see, is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party karyakartas. Hand on hand, security around Sanjay Singh, made by Aam Aadmi Party karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally detained Sanjay Singh.
मनीष सिसोदिया राजघाट पहुंच चुके हैं। We are right outside Rajghat. Massive cavalcade of all the Aam Aadmi Party supporters is here at Rajghat.
The vehicle of Manish Sisodia as we follow the cavalcade to CBI for interrogation.
सर, यू वांट टू से समथिंग? सर बताइए, कुछ तो बताइए सर। आपको समन किया जा रहा है। सर कुछ तो बताइए सर। एक सवाल मनीष जी एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है।
security around monies around Sanjay Singh made by Aam Aadmi Party karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally detained Sanjay Singh.
मनीष सिसोदिया राजघाट पहुंच चुके हैं. We are right outside Rajghat. Massive cavalcade of all the Aam Aadmi Party supporters is here at Rajghat.
The vehicle of Manish Sisodia as he followed the cavalcade to CBI for interrogation.
सर, you want to say something? सर बताइए, कुछ तो बताइए सर. आपको समन किया जा रहा है. सर कुछ तो बताइए सर. एक सवाल मनीष जी एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है.
Sanjay Singh now you see is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party karyakartas. Hand on hand security around monies around Sanjay Singh made by Aam Aadmi Party karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally detained Sanjay Singh.
मनीष सिसोदिया राजघाट पहुंच चुके हैं. We are right outside Rajghat. Massive cavalcade of all the Aam Aadmi Party supporters is here at Rajghat.
The vehicle of Manish Sisodia as he followed the cavalcade to CBI for interrogation.
सर, you want to say something? सर बताइए, कुछ तो बताइए सर. आपको समन किया जा रहा है. सर कुछ तो बताइए सर. एक सवाल मनीष जी एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है.
Sanjay Singh now you see is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party karyakartas. Hand on hand security around monies around Sanjay Singh made by Aam Aadmi Party karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally detained Sanjay Singh.
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
मनीष सिसोदिया राजघाट पहुंच चुके हैं. We are right outside Rajghat. Massive cavalcade of all the Aam Aadmi Party supporters is here at Rajghat.
The vehicle of Manish Sisodia as he followed the cavalcade to CBI for interrogation.
सर, you want to say something? सर बताइए, कुछ तो बताइए सर. आपको समन किया जा रहा है. सर कुछ तो बताइए सर. एक सवाल मनीष जी एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है.
Sanjay Singh now you see is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party karyakartas. Hand on hand security around monies around Sanjay Singh made by Aam Aadmi Party karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally detained Sanjay.
Thank you for staying with Republic. Breaking news coming in from Telangana ahead of the Munugode by-polls where 19 lakhs of cash was seized by the Nalgonda police. Allegedly, the seized cash belonged to the Congress party. 19 lakh rupees of cash that was being transported in a car to Munugode, and the police have detained a person and further investigation is underway. Along with 19 lakh rupees of cash, the Congress party flexes were also found in the car. Those pictures on your screens. Aniri with us on the broadcast. Aniri, give us all the details.
Well, we have been seeing how there's a high decimal campaigning which has been going on in Munugudu, because it's a tough fight for the TRS and the BJP, because the Congress leader Rajgopal Reddy had resigned from the Congress party and joined into the Bharatiya Janata Party, and so we are seeing these bypolls which are taking place. But yes, ahead of the bypolls now, the Nalgonda police has seized cash of amount rupees 19 lakhs which are said to be belonging to the Congress party. And also at the same time, we are also learning that there was Congress party flexes which were found in the Brezza car, which was moving from one place to Munugudu, towards Munugudu, where there is a bypoll which is all set to take place on the 3rd of November. So definitely war of words continue between the political parties, but also at the same time high amount of cash seizures are being done, and also at the same time we are seeing how the political parties are campaigning there. We also see the Bharatiya Janata Party heading out at the TRS, but now 19 lakh rupees seized by the Nalgonda police, which are said to be belonging to the Congress party. We'll be right back after a short break. Keep watching Republic TV.
Nice weather. Get on the bobber. 42 bobber. Why do they call it a bobber? But does it matter? What matters is where are those birds off to? Southern hemisphere. Left. Right. Airplane mode. Rocket mode. 100. 110. Gravel ahead. Hill ahead. Up the hill road. Down a rabbit hole. Take the first exit. Have second thoughts? Take a chance. Worth it. Totally worth it.
Sir, you want to say something? Sir, बताइए, कुछ तो बताइए सर. आपको समन किया जा रहा है. सर, कुछ तो बताइए सर. एक सवाल. मनीष जी, एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है.
Sanjay Singh, now you see, is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas. Hand on hand, security around Sanjay Singh, made by Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally detained Sanjay Singh.
मनीष सिसोदिया राजघाट पहुंच चुके हैं. We are right outside Rajghat. Massive cavalcade of all the Aam Aadmi Party supporters is here at Rajghat.
The vehicle of Manish Sisodia as we follow the cavalcade to CBI for interrogation.
Sir, you want to say something? Sir, बताइए, कुछ तो बताइए सर. आपको समन किया जा रहा है. सर, कुछ तो बताइए सर. एक सवाल. मनीष जी, एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है.
Sanjay Singh, now you see, is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas. Hand on hand, security around Sanjay Singh, made by Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally detained Sanjay Singh.
मनीष सिसोदिया राजघाट पहुंच चुके हैं. We are right outside Rajghat. Massive cavalcade of all the Aam Aadmi Party supporters is here at Rajghat.
The vehicle of Manish Sisodia as he followed the cavalcade to CBI for interrogation.
Sir, you want to say something? Sir, बताइए, कुछ बताइए सर. आपको समन किया जा रहा है. सर, कुछ बताइए सर. एक सवाल. मनीष जी, एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है.
Sanjay Singh now you see is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party karyakartas. Hand on hand, security around Sanjay Singh made by Aam Aadmi Party karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally detained Sanjay Singh.
मनीष सिसोदिया राजघाट पहुंच चुके हैं. We are right outside Rajghat. Massive cavalcade of all the Aam Aadmi Party supporters is here at Rajghat.
The vehicle of Manish Sisodia as he followed the cavalcade to CBI for interrogation.
Sir, you want to say something? Sir, बताइए, कुछ बताइए सर. आपको समन किया जा रहा है. सर, कुछ बताइए सर. एक सवाल. मनीष जी, एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है.
आग को फैलने से रोकना मुश्किल है पर नामुमकिन नहीं. अब फायरवॉल टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम आग से बचाए.
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
Sanjay Singh now you see is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party karyakartas. Hand on hand, security around Sanjay Singh made by Aam Aadmi Party karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally detained Sanjay Singh.
मनीष सिसोदिया राजघाट पहुंच चुके हैं. We are right outside Rajghat. Massive cavalcade of all the Aam Aadmi Party supporters is here at Rajghat.
The vehicle of Manish Sisodia as he followed the cavalcade to CBI for interrogation.
Sir, you want to say something? Sir, बताइए, कुछ बताइए सर. आपको समन किया जा रहा है. सर, कुछ बताइए सर. एक सवाल. मनीष जी.
Thank you for staying with Republic. And well, due to incessant rainfall across Karnataka, flood-like situation that has been reported in several parts of Bengaluru, heavy rains that have inundated areas like Sultanpet, which has been thrown life out of gear, I beg your pardon. Central Business District also flooded in the city due to heavy rains. Traders and shoppers have been facing a lot of difficulties. Those pictures on your screens indicating how daily life stands disrupted with the heavy rains. Prajwal joining us live on the broadcast. Prajwal, we stay with these pictures. Give us a sense of which are the most affected areas and the details coming in from the weather department on when things will get better.
Suesha, now we get to understand that the Met Department has predicted heavy rainfall for Bengaluru, Chamarajnagar, Kolar, Chikbalapur, Ramnagar and other surrounding areas. And right now I am in Sultanpet, which is the central business district of Bengaluru. And you can see that this entire road has been completely flooded here, Suesha. And one more important thing over here that we need to learn is the fact that this is a persistent problem. This is a constant problem for the traders as well as the shoppers in Sultanpet. And we can also see that the roads have been dug up. And it is not only the motorists, it is not only those who are moving luggage who face problem here, but even the pushcart members are also facing a lot of problems as well too. And also going ahead and looking at it, some of the vehicles have been partially submerged inside the water there. And the rains have given a break for over 30 to 45 minutes now. And one of the most important things is the fact that the water levels have receded here. So therefore, it was somewhere around 4 to 5 feet over here, and you will get a clear understanding as to how the water levels are receding. But one of the major problems over here is that it is also posing a lot of danger to those residents as well as civilians too, because they will have to go on these particular roads, and they will have to get on these roads too. And there are open manholes too, and you never know as to where you might be entering inside this water, and it is an open death trap. On this note, we'll quickly slip into a short break, but more news and updates on the other side of Republic TV. Stay tuned.
मनीष सिसोदिया राजघाट पहुंच चुके हैं. We are right outside Rajghat. Massive cavalcade of all the Aam Aadmi Party supporters is here at Rajghat.
The vehicle of Manish Sisodia as we follow the cavalcade to CBI for interrogation.
सर, you want to say something? सर बताइए, कुछ तो बताइए सर. आपको समन किया जा रहा है. मनीष जी, बताइए सर. एक सवाल. मनीष जी, एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है.
Sanjay Singh now you see is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas. Hand on hand, security around Sanjay Singh made by Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally detained Sanjay Singh.
मनीष सिसोदिया राजघाट पहुंच चुके हैं. We are right outside Rajghat. Massive cavalcade of all the Aam Aadmi Party supporters is here at Rajghat.
The vehicle of Manish Sisodia as we follow the cavalcade to CBI for interrogation.
सर, you want to say something? सर बताइए, कुछ तो बताइए सर. आपको समन किया जा रहा है. सर कुछ तो बताइए सर. एक सवाल. मनीष जी, एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है.
Sanjay Singh now you see is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas. Hand on hand, security around Sanjay Singh made by Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally detained Sanjay Singh.
मनीष सिसोदिया राजघाट पहुंच चुके हैं. We are right outside Rajghat. Massive cavalcade of all the Aam Aadmi Party supporters is here at Rajghat.
The vehicle of Manish Sisodia as we follow the cavalcade to CBI for interrogation.
Sir, you want to say something? सर बताइए, कुछ बताइए सर। आपको समन किया जा रहा है। सर कुछ बताइए सर।
एक सवाल मनीष जी एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है।
Sanjay Singh now you see is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas. Hand on hand. Security around Sanjay Singh made by Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally detained Sanjay Singh.
मनीष सिसोदिया राजघाट पहुंच चुके हैं। We are right outside Rajghat. Massive cavalcade of all the Aam Aadmi Party supporters is here at Rajghat.
The vehicle of Manish Sisodia as he follow the cavalcade to CBI for interrogation.
Sir, you want to say something? सर बताइए, कुछ बताइए सर। आपको समन किया जा रहा है। सर कुछ बताइए सर।
एक सवाल मनीष जी एक सवाल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है।
Sanjay Singh now you see is in the middle and protected by the Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas. Hand on hand. Security around Sanjay Singh made by Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas and leaders. They are not allowing police officials to take Sanjay Singh. Police finally detained Sanjay Singh.
मनीष सिसोदिया राजघाट पहुंच चुके हैं। We are right outside Rajghat. Massive cavalcade of all the Aam Aadmi Party supporters is here at Rajghat.
The vehicle of Manish Sisodia as he follow the
Big setback to Tukre gang as their mascot, Omar Khalid, stays in jail. Pakistan's FIA confronted on Dawood in Karachi, but Pakistan delegation silent. Actor Vaishali Thakkar suicide case gets murkier. Republic accesses heart-wrenching suicide note. BSF troops in Punjab shoots down BSF troops in Punjab shoots down 3 Pakistan drones in 4 days. Exclusive details coming up on This Is Exclusive. Three days and yet another cowardly attack in Jammu and Kashmir. 2 innocent labourers shot dead by Pakistani terrorists. "24 hours after Farooq's mock killings prediction, another is killed. Bali says Farooq must answer."